I think that you and I should plug that the songs that we're doing together.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. The
yeah.
coronavirus.
Yeah, yeah. What's that all about? Cuz you got me on board with this, so why don't you lay it out?
I hooked up with my buddy Jordy from a Spanish band called Panico al Miedo, and it's like Panic Destroys Fear, in Spanish. And we started doing this collaboration to benefit the science of investigation. It's all going to the coronavirus, at least this first round. And then it's slowly turning into this like kind of we are the world of metal thing. Like a lot of people are joining up. And it's really just kind of a fun way to do a low tech get together and jam with some of our favorite people. Like I have a song that I'm doing with James from Death. James Murphy is doing a solo, and from Death and Testament and Obituary. And Carl Willits from Bolt Thrower is going to do some vocals in there, and me and the Panico guys, and it's just kind of fun because I made no secret that I regret not being able to that I didn't collab with my buddy Chuck back in the day, and which is my own fault, but I shouldn't have been such a cocky asshole, but no, I should have seen it, but I do get like almost a second chance at the bucket list to jam with James and just basically do some good for the research. And then where it turns in from what I eventually wanted to see is all of us doing songs together and having a good time because not everything is about hype anymore. Sometimes it's fun just to be an artist.
Yeah. So I don't even know what songs I'm playing on. I know I'm on two songs for this comp. So I'm on one song with Danko Jones.
Oh, what? Okay, cool.
Who I so you brought me on and I brought Danko on. It's like
Nice.
this chain of musicians.
Yeah.
So I'm doing one song with Danko and it's like more of a rockin' tune. It's like a hard rock, hard metal tune. And
Uh-huh.
it sounds pretty fucking cool. It's called Salvation of My Fate, something like that. And then I'm doing this other tune, this like really like death thrash tune. I thought they wanted Schmear to sing, but I don't think Schmear really wants to sing.
I think he
So
declined.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that I texted him and I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And he was like, send me an email." And I'm like, "Yeah, he doesn't want to do it." So
Yeah.
yeah,
I like Smear though.
me too.
I
He's a
like
great dude.
Smear.
Love him, but I don't blame him.
Last
He
time,
said he's busy as fuck, man. He's doing a lot. He's doing lots of shit. So
last
can't
time,
force him.
I saw him a long time ago, like in like '07 or '08 or something, and he was standing up on this like mound of hill, and big guy with nose piercing. All his adoring fans are there, and I was like, Smear, it's me, Jeff. Remember me from Possessed? And I was all fucked up, and I was like, go meet me for a beer after you're done here. And he's like, okay. I waited over there. He never came. I was like, damn. No, so
Shut down.
yeah, shut down. Like it's funny, man. Like, but yeah, a lot of people are just so wrapped up in what they're doing. I think that in a way is a pressure release for me. Like too, like I literally did my vocals in a day. Like he sent me the song. I grabbed my cell phone, yelled in the external mic 3 times, like one low, one medium, one high, and sent in my parts, and they mixed it the day after.
Okay, so dude,
So
like, okay, so Danko, same thing. I gave the thing to Danko. 2 days later, Danko sends me the audio file. He's like, "Here, it's done." I'm like, "Dude, I've had 3 weeks to do these guitar solos. I haven't started recording them yet." It's like
you haven't?
no, guitar players are the worst, man. We leave things to the last minute. That's what we do. I've been on
Yeah, same
Twitch.
with we're
I've been on
we're still
Twitch.
we're waiting for James too. I'm like, and I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm friends with James. Now, a lot of people don't realize James was one of the other people that wrote for Death, right?
Yeah.
Was it just him and Chuck, or did somebody else write? Well, mostly it was James and Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
James wrote
Oh,
that whole
James Murphy's
almost that
fucking
whole album.
legend. Dude, James Murphy's
Yeah,
fucking legend. Uh,
yeah. So I don't like. He's not like in my band, so I can't be like hurry up, But so I feel like I'm like I have to use this like finesse, like, hey, are you done? No, and so I keep but I'm politely telling him to hurry up. But
the
I think
light
that we're
poke.
almost there. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
at
But
least
so
mine.
if you're
Yeah.
not done, hurry up.
Oh man, you're
The
putting the
faster
pressure
you
on.
get it out, the faster we can put it out, the
I
video and
know.
everything. So we're waiting. We're waiting.
I know. Okay. Dude. It's the Twitch. I'm here fucking 4 days a week. For
You
like.
have to be. You have to
Oh
be. Like
yeah.
I gave up. I gave up. I was like, fuck, there's nobody here, you know. And but then I look, and a lot of people watch the rewinds, and the replays, and you gotta be honest about it. You gotta put the ethic in, and look at Matt. Oh, Matt's with us from Trivium too. Matt, am I saying his name?
Heafy. Matt Heafy. Yeah,
Heafy.
yeah.
Yeah, Heafy is here.
I the reason why I got involved with that project was because you told me you were doing it, James Murphy's doing it, and Dirk fucking plays in Megadeth. Dirk Vanderburen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's fucking rad, man. It's a great lineup, and now we got Danko on. I don't know, it's gonna be cool. I gotta hurry up and finish those guitar solos. Understood.
Yeah. Well, because if we drag it out, like it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be a jam session, right? Like it's not supposed to be it's like those people that
Jeff, you can answer. You don't have to type in the text. You can answer the text. You can talk to them. They hear you.
Oh, I see.
It's like,
well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like eager to use my I paid like $1,200 for this new iPad, and it's got the fold out stand and keyboard, and I'm trying to get used to it, so I still don't understand the purpose of an iPad. It's like a big dumb phone.
Okay, so what's your first impressions on the iPad? You're not stoked so far?
Well, I hear they do a lot of good stuff with music, so I have to investigate that. I also have to investigate what they do with art. But right now, it's like a big dumb phone. I can do a lot more on my phone, I think, But we'll see if I can do something. Well, because like I'm saying, what we're doing, instead of yelling into the external mic, what I think I'm going to do is buy not maybe a compressor or a preamp, and then like an amp or like a what do they call that? They kind of transcribe it so I can have a good mic and a preamp into my cell phone, and I can yell my vocals into that. So I know it's like still rigging it, but
that's really rigging it, man.
But it works. It works. Did you heard my vocals?
Yeah, I know you sent me the track. It sounds more than good. It sounds awesome, dude. Had you not,
if it works, it works. Like if I overthink it, then I'm gonna have to be on Pro Tools, and it's gonna take me forever, like you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude, guitar players, we're the worst. I just agreed to do another thing, another guitar solo for a thing, and it has a really strict deadline, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta prioritize my time, man.
It's hard to find the time because especially if you're in a band, like, well, I can't speak for you, but like mine, you gotta have 50 things going. You gotta have a hustle, or you'll go fucking broke. So.
Oh, that's dude, Jeff. I don't. That's why we text at 5:30 in the morning. I don't sleep, dog.
Neither do I. Yeah, I was on my. I was been on the phone with my attorney all day, like doing like, should I do a brand or should I do merch, or it's crazy.
Wild. Okay, so I guess I should ask you. I mean, I was supposed to see you live. I guess it would have been a couple weeks ago in Toronto.
Yeah, that sucks. So we're supposed to do a project, like a film project. I missed out on that, but I'm still down. I know we're not supposed to talk about that.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Dude, the rules, it's like the whole world is on airport rules. There are no rules. Yeah. It's just we can say whatever we want, man.
And it's crazy because I personally haven't seen the devastation of the coronavirus. I think that it's really fucked that we no longer have the ability to meet up as groups. I'm not political, but man, this is like siege warfare, man. They got everybody afraid to be with everybody, and it's like, it feels like something like Orwellian. You know what I mean? Like Orwell-esque, or what is that? It feels like Big Brother.
Yeah, like enter us speaking to each other on a video screen like this instead of just filming that thing together like we were supposed to when you were going to be in Toronto a couple weeks ago.
But it has opened up the whole Zoom thing, the whole meeting, the whole collabs. So many people are doing collabs. So, I mean, you got to make hay where the sun shines. And I think that, in many ways, we made lemonade out of lemons.
Hell yeah. Dude, I wish I would have invested in Zoom just a couple weeks prior to this, man. That is a good company. Microsoft, in fact, a good company. That would have been opportune timing, like investing money in weed in Canada 2 years ago.
Well, it's very hard. Like, I really was going to invest in stocks, but I just took like a $30,000 loss in my retirement because of this fucking panic, right? And I was like, and I just recovered from like, oh my God, like a $40,000 loss. when the housing market crashed, right? So
Right.
I waited, my retirement went back up, and then it crashed again. Like what the fuck, right? So now I'm just gonna leave it set there and not panic, and it'll go back up. So
It will. That's literally every financial analyst is saying that, everyone's taking a hit right now, but that, the market has to regain stability once, we start fucking spending money again.
So what do you can't do bonds. Like I know I'm after that housing market crashed, I moved a large chunk of like 50% or 30% of my retirement into bonds. And I'm thinking that might have been a mistake too. So I don't know.
Let's
The best way to make money is to grab your money, fold it in half, and stick it in your pocket.
Well, okay, so here's the thing is like I've noticed just by getting to know you and what I observe, like you kind of really run the show for your band, like without many hands involving, like other than yours, man. Like you are a pretty self-sustained operation, so you clearly have that business sense, buddy. What's up with that, man?
Hey, I didn't go to 6 years of junior college for nothing, man. No, I'm just
Hell
kidding.
yeah.
No, no. Well, possessed, like I say, I've had, as much as I love my ex managers, no names, I've had a bad experience with managers because they don't work half as hard as me. I
Debbie?
manage possessed. Yeah, well, I mean, and they're expensive, right? Like I would rather give the money to my guys than to pay a manager for doing something I can do myself. And also because of the nature of my injuries and stuff like that, I'm not one of those bands that's gonna be on the road 6 months out of the year. So you know, I do what I can, and if I get to a point where I think I'm making enough money that I can hire people to be like a life auxiliary to me,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll do that. But I'm just not there. I'm not even close. So.
So I mean, because I do most of the happenings for Exciter. I mean, all of the happenings for Exciter are literally in my court.
Uh-huh.
What's your overall plan to make up shows that were booked that have been postponed or whatever? Like, what's your approach been? Because I know what I've been doing, and I mean, no one really knows what they're doing. So I'm interested in what you did.
Well, I want to try to get the tour back on track, from last March to this March. So I'm shooting for another March. That way the T-shirts will almost read right. They'll just be a year off, and then I'm just that I got $7,500 worth of T-shirts alone. So I'm just gonna like put a coronavirus reschedule mark, like pull a Zeppelin and sell those as kind of a novelty at maybe a discounted rate, and just bring that tour back out. But as soon as I can, if we're rescheduling for March, so if it works, it works. And it gave me a chance to look over the schedule, and I noticed that we were missing a lot of the like in Atlanta, we were supposed to play the oh, I forget. Like there's a bigger venue out there, so I want to try to move that over to the better venues, and so I'm going to tweak it and try to keep it exactly the same, but to make the venues even better where I can, and closer, or near each other, but the best venues.
And you're trying to replicate like a 12-month schedule. You're trying to take this year's schedule and flip it to next year, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I had some. I have an open invitation to go to Australia, which I've always wanted to do. I have an invitation to go to Japan, which but again, these long flights, man, are ruthless. So it has to make sense financially, and it has to make sense, health wise. But I want to play as much as I possibly can.
The fuck.
Hold on a second. Let me turn this phone off. Okay.
All right, cool.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
It's all cool. It'd be. I mean, it'd be. I mean, I don't know what you expected his ringtone to be, but I guess he has a normal ringtone. I had a pretty cool ringtone once. I had Rob Halford, the beginning, the scream from Dissident Aggressor. Dude, that was my ringer. It's fucking nuts. And it's funny because one night it went off in a bar. It was like one night the ringer went off in a bar, and instantly it was recognized. Jeff, my ringer on my cell phone was Rob Halford's scream from the beginning of Dissident Aggressor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that
It
impossibly
sounds, yeah,
high
it sounds
extreme.
fake. It just sounds like they're smashing all the notes on like three different synthesizers at
The
once.
best, the best scream ever in metal.
It's
It's like
insane.
what's your favorite Priest album? Mine's Sin After Sin. So,
Sin After Sin? That was
hmm
my first ever on cassette.
hmm
Have it somewhere. It's actually doesn't even. It's not even with the rest of the cassette collection because it's so prized.
that's Simon Phillips on drums, right?
Yes, dude. Father of mine, my dad gave me that tape for my fucking Walkman when I was going away. I was going away to a summer camp where I didn't know any fucking kids, and I was gonna get picked on for being a weirdo. So he gave me Priest, and dude, that fucking record is unreal. Love it. Diamonds and Rust,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that Joan Baez song, right?
Dude, yeah, he
But
fucking isn't it crazy? Two of Priest's best songs are motherfucking covers, and not only covers, like covers by like way softer like folk rock bands.
yeah, yeah, and
It's fucking
like
awesome.
Priest is trippy because like they're so like avant garde. Like they just did shit that nobody else did, and it's really really cool, man. I mean, just they're like real musicians, like they're like the Beatles, right? Like
Yeah,
I know to people,
yeah,
even the
one hundred
musicians,
percent.
it sounds like, well, how did they come up with all that, right? But then whenever you go in the studio, you realize that there's so much that you can do in the studio, and I think that the production has a lot to do with it, and that's why it really matters who you put in production. I mean, they had the best producers, they had the best studios, they had the best, and plus that it was a trip because it's not impossible to play those songs. They're just well written, so and he's an amazing singer.
The
He's
best there ever
amazing.
was. He's the metal god, my friend.
Yes, he just put it all on the line though. It's cathartic, you know what I mean?
He named
So
my band.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Exciter is named after the song on Stained Class, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
say I'm Sad Wings or Stained Class. I like Old Priest. It's
yeah.
it's I think it's those. I don't know. I say like Sad Wings is my number one. Stained Class is two, I guess. I
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
There's
love Sin After Sin though. Holy shit. That was my first.
it's
That was my number one. That was the first cassette I ever got.
yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip. Like you're good whenever people can imitate you and make a living off of imitating you.
It is spearhead a fucking movement that'll last for the next 55 plus years. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Whenever we played with Judas Priest, Ozzy, Judas Priest, and Scorpions out
Damn.
in Clisson at the Hellfest,
Oh yeah,
and
sick.
I think it was 2010 or something. And I was up there watching Rob Halford play, and he was like, "This is our farewell tour." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I'm not supposed to be tearing up here, like I didn't even, like I thought that gland was broken, So,
Yeah.
but but then luckily they haven't quit, so I don't think they should. That doesn't make sense. I never understand why would somebody would be like, all right, I'm done. Like, who does that? Like, as an artist, is that even like? I don't have that 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 bone in my body. Like, I want to just keep playing until I die. So.
Are you gonna keep playing till you die? You working on another record? What do we got? What do we got cooking for Possessed?
Well, I mean, I have a 3 album contract with several like EPs, but
Yes.
but Nuclear Blast,
They got you for
they're so
three.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to bump them out and renegotiate, but at the same time, you gotta let the album run its cycle. You don't want to just keep pumping out, and a lot of people still haven't heard the new album, Revelations of Oblivion. So hopefully, we can. I'm going to bump up the cycle and then try to. I'm already writing for the second album, but we have 3 full albums, and I'm looking forward to that. If anything, I'm the one trying to push the timeline, and they're trying to slow it down a little bit, but I trust, their wisdom. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Nuclear Blast sells albums. I mean, like, it's like when we stalled the production of the album, they're like, Jeff, I know your Facebook friends want to hear the album early. You're trying to reach thousands. We're trying to reach millions. So, and they're right, though. I mean, that album, literally, we couldn't print it fast enough. We still can't print it fast enough. It's like, it sells. That album's selling.
Dude,
It's just
that's
weird.
awesome. No, that's not
Mm-hmm.
weird. It's not weird. It got fucking like 5 out of 5 ratings on every fucking major media outlet. Fucking,
Yeah.
you know this. I think it's worth mentioning that I had you on the Banger podcast that Blaine and I, the now defunct Banger podcast, which is just this basically.
Hmm.
Me and Blaine, we don't do that anymore, but we had you on
Oh,
there. We had you on
yeah.
there right after the album dropped. Basically, it was awesome. It was
Oh,
before we saw you live. Even
yeah. Hmm.
I still haven't met you in real life. We've never. You're the first person to come on the show that I haven't met in real life.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, I mean, well, you were there at the show. I don't know why. I even went
Yeah,
to the audience afterwards.
we were supposed to hang, but we didn't. I got a bunch of weed and drugs and hung out mostly with other people who were doing that at the bar and shit after your set.
I was hanging with the guy from Sinister and the other guy from oh god, what's his name? Oh, Martin. You know Martin?
From who? I went and saw Ghoul, and then I left.
Martin Van
Who?
Buren or
What band's he playing?
oh my god, I'm blanking. And the guy from Sinister
Yeah,
and
Sinister played.
yeah, we were out back after we played just drinking. Like and so
Oh
then
man.
I ended up shooting for a movie afterwards that somebody was doing a movie and we ended up getting more fucked up and then it just turned into a huge blurry
Yeah,
party
dude,
with yeah.
I was texting you. We didn't meet up. That's all. We didn't meet up. Both of us got fucked up in separate places in the same city, probably 100 yards from each other. You don't even know.
You missed a good party though.
Dude, I had a great party. I was with fucking Danny Lilker till fucking goddamn way too early in the morning.
Danny's cool. Danny's cool.
Yeah, Danny's the fucking man. He's fam. So
I always feel like he's mad at me whenever I talk to him. I was like, hey, what's up, Danny? He's like, what?
you guys known each other for a long time, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, forever. He bought me a slice of pizza whenever I was fucking famished in front of CBGB's. I was starving. We were on tour. That's the one we played for gas money and beer. And and remember the old possessed, I never made 1 cent for any of those shows.
Right.
So we were broke on it. We had to like scavenge and I would save up like 64 cents and buy the short can of pork and beans and eat it with a lid. And so I was starving in front of CBGB's and Danny Littleker bought me a fat slice. He had and some sugar. I had a packet of purple Kool-Aid and we mixed it up and it was the best meal I've had to this day. So
That's awesome, dude.
So last time I saw him in Mexico, I was with the Dark Angel guys and Glenn Benton and Danny Lilker came in and somebody was like, "You want a drink?" He was like, "I'm broke, man." I was like, "Here's $100, because I felt like I owed him. You know what I mean? So
Look
he's like,
at
"What's this
you.
for?" He was like, "What's this for?" And I was like, "Because of the pizza." He didn't remember it, so I was like,
That's
"I remember it."
nuts. Dude,
I pay my dues.
that's a great story.
Yeah. Danny's cool, man. He's a great bass player. He's, of course, a mainstream of the crossover and the hardcore. And, I don't think that music would be what it is today without people like him and Scott Ian and, a lot of those guys that mixed it up. You know what I mean? Like, when Suicidal started playing with us and Megadeth and when Corrosion of Conformity used to be punk and they turned into metal. Remember that? And, when everybody was going in whatever direction. So it's cool.
COC was crossover as fuck.
And what bands like Possessed, there was no way to put us anywhere. We were too heavy. So they'd mix us with hardcore punks. We play with any punk band except Nazi punks. Fuck them. Yeah.
How much like New York hardcore and punk were you listening to in those early days?
Oh, well, a lot. I mean, it was just being invented, really. But I was friends with Billy and SOD, and those guys were touring with us and Possessed and Anthrax and SOD, and and we were all over from LA to New York and States, and we were playing all the time together. So a lot. Every time they played a set. So.
Yo, you see that shit? Charlie, basically all of them except for Billy, did those videos, March of the SOD and Chromatic. They did those fucking jams.
It's so heavy, right?
Yeah, they filmed the songs that they didn't have to get the singer to do. It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just the three of them, man. It's fucking dope.
I don't know what's going on with SOD anymore. Is Billy still in that or?
Nah, man. I don't think he does music anymore. That's kind of what.
No. Wait, he just got on IG. He's got a big beard. He doesn't play anymore.
I don't think so. No, definitely not SOD. They haven't done things with him in a long
What about
time.
MOD?
No, definitely not. Dude, MOD had a show booked in Toronto and everyone got really excited about it because they thought it was Billy Milano and is not Billy Milano.
Well, he talked me out of my favorite leather hat, so I still miss that hat. No,
What kind of hat was it?
it's like a leather hat. It's kind of like a beret, kind of just like a skull cap. You know, it's like leather. It was like a beret, but it didn't go off to one side. It just kind of fit over your head like a top. It was
Like
really cool.
like a
There's a
do
picture.
like a do
There's a
rag without a ponytail?
kind of, but leather. It's really cool. It's like there's a
A
picture
cap. Oh, something
of
Neil Peart would wear. It's something Neil Peart would wear, right?
yeah, well, yeah, kind of. And he said, I remember he used to write for Omni, and he said it's part like the part in your hair. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Blew my mind because I always call him Neil Peart. And then I read his article in Omni, and he said it's part like the part in
Oh,
your hair.
Peart. Oh, Peart. Yeah,
It's
Peart.
Neil Peart,
Yeah,
like the part in your hair.
Peart.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow. Anyway, so long story short, it was my. There's a picture of me and Billy together, and either I'm wearing the hat or he's wearing the hat. I forget. So
It's Chaka 1031. Danny Lilker used to be a cab driver in Queens. Man, we always requested him.
I could see Danny as a cab driver. You know, he's a
Shit's
no
funny.
nonsense guy. Yeah.
Yeah. The Berries are amazing singers. Your homies are here, Jeff.
Yeah, they're always singing Rob Halford. Like I'll just get a random uh, um, recording of them. So
That's rad. Jeff, is there anywhere on the internet that you want people to be looking for merch, or what do you want? What do you want the Possessed community to be supporting right now?
well, I mean, if you don't have the album, go out and get the album. If you haven't seen us live, buy tickets once this shit is over. Keep an eye out for the coronavirus project with
The
me and
comp,
James.
yeah.
And of course, fairly recently, I did that single with Cadaver with Anders Odin and Dirk from Megadeth, and it's called "Circle of Morbidity" from Cadaver. And buy the new Cadaver album out, our EP on Nuclear Blast now, just because they're my buddies. I'm not on that one, but still. And listen to Exciter, listen to Possessed, rock out. Like I said, I don't need much, man. I just want people to rock out and have a good time.
When I went to Norway and met Anders for the first time, that single that you guys did had just come out. And
Yeah.
we talked about that in length. I thought it was fucking sweet. I'd never met you yet, and I was fucking stoked about talking about that. And Anders ended up hanging till like fucking 3 in the morning or whatever. He was one of the last
He's
dudes to leave the party.
he's totally cool. Well, I was doing a photo shoot, that one where I'm in a throne with the skulls.
Yeah, the
For
Decibel one.
Yeah. We were over at Dirk. How do you say his name from Megadeth?
Van Buren, I think. Van
I thought it
Buren.
was I always said Verbena.
I thought there was a Van Der
Van.
Buren, but I think it's just Van Buren.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think that
Verburen
we're making it worse than, or making it more. We're adding letters, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah. I was coming out of the photo shoot, which went over really well, and Anders and Dirk met me and they were saying, "Hey, you wanted to collab on a song?" I was like, "Okay," on my way out. They're like, "Okay, well, just sing in the cell phone." Like, what now? So I yelled, "Set you free" into the cell phone, Anders' cell phone, to the external mic, and that's how I did the audio for that. And then that's how we did the chorus through another external mic cell phone. I guess that's my new recording method of choice.
I was gonna say, you're
And,
like the cell phone rig dude.
yeah, and then I went home and we did the video with my old iPad. I just kind of held up the iPad and like kind of jerked around, and that's how we did the video. So I think we made that whole video and song production for like $200 and something. So
Dude, that's wild. That's a great budget to do a fucking music video that got that much attention.
it's true, because then like if you think about it, it's a good way to do it. Like instead of borrowing $80,000 from the record company, which you have to pay back with expenses and everything, you just pay for your own production and get signed, and you don't have to pay. You just instantly start making money, right? It's like more like a distro deal.
Okay, Jeff, it's Dirk Verburen.
Yeah, Verburen.
Verburen.
That's what I said.
Dirk
Verburen. Right?
Verburen. I don't know what I said anymore. I'm just gonna know forever now. I will never forget when people
You
are like
said Van Buren, yeah. So
Van Buren, so it's Verburen.
yeah, I think I was saying it right.
Verburen.
Was I saying it?
I think
Stream, was I saying it right? I think I was. I think I was right.
we probably.
He's such a cool guy, though. Such an awesome guy. He was there in the studio with us, him and Hannah. And then after at the rap party, like Peter Stormare was there shooting a documentary, the Jeff Becerra guy documentary, and Dirk was there, and Peter Tagrin from Hypocrisy, and the band at the rap party. I had a badass B&B like with a spiral staircase. We partied so hard, like all the way through the next day. Like it was like, I mean, we were having neighbors calling the cops at like 4 and 5 a.m. And I was just like, fuck that, we made an album. And it was fun as hell, blasting. My friend brought over a bunch of external speakers, and we were just blasting the demo or the album. It was fun.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Peter ended up on the fucking floor.
Peter Tagrin, dude's fucking legend.
He's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, the chat is really entertained by us trying to figure out how to pronounce Dirk's name.
Yeah, we're so like honky, like so Northern American.
You know, I haven't looked at his name on paper enough times to know how to actually say it. I just kind of in my head I can visualize like 6 of the 8 letters. You know what I mean?
I could spell it.
Yeah. Oh, you could? I couldn't. I would have made 3 mistakes.
Well, because I've worked with him, so it automatically populates on my devices.
Jeff Becerra.
Yeah, that's the berries. So.
Yeah, I know. They want you to be Jeff Becerra. That's rad.
Yeah. I seem to have this new teenage girl fan base, which is kind of crazy. Like,
ain't nothing wrong with that, dude.
Hey, man, like, I was listening. How old were you when you started listening to metal? Because I was fucking young. I wrote Burning in Hell when I was 11 in 1979. So,
yeah, I was listening to metal by like 11, 12, 13, like light metal. I wasn't listening to like death metal yet. I was actively Judas Priest, Iron Maiden.
I was actively searching for Lucifer and Satan, and I remember UFO was saying Lucifer, and I was like, I love that. And like every time I heard something about Satan, I would like with Ozzy, I was just so gravitated to the devil and to like horror movies. And remember, I was watching like the old creature features with Christopher Lee and oh my God, Boris Karloff and who's the other one? Anyway, all those old creature features, and I, from the creature from the Black Lagoon to Dracula, and I'd read, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Have you ever read that book? It's so good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. When I was a kid,
it's really short. Yeah.
When they talk about when you're a kid, man, it's great.
The teenage girl that dies and gets killed. They talk about the loss of youth and the tragedy of death. It's so well worded. Like it's like one of those books that is like always, because I'm trying to read all the classics that like The Heart of Darkness from Joseph Conrad. Have you ever read that?
I have not.
It's another short book like Dracula. And they made a rendition. Apocalypse Now is loosely based on that book,
Oh, cool.
But it had nothing to do with Vietnam. It had to do with a rubber trade in Congo. But it's really good. But anyway, I love all that, like, that evil Edgar Allan Poe, H.P. Lovecraft, creature features type. So I was like a twisted kid. My Aunt Barbara bought me the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe, and then I got into Stephen King, read everything that he ever did. And I just always loved that. It's weird.
I love that weird prog record, that Edgar Allan Poe record that Alan Parsons Project does.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That shit's fucking trippy.
Yeah, I like that. And it's weird. It's weird. Like I just love horror movies. Now I'm getting picky though, because there's so many shitty horror movies are like they just keep doing the same thing over and over. It's good whenever you find something new and honest. So
constantly seeking new and honest things in the world is probably the best way to live your life, if I may say so.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff, thank you so much for fucking hanging with us tonight, man. This has been really chill.
Awesome, Daniel. I know you like. It's hard for me not to say Danielle because I have a Danielle, so I always say so. It's Daniel.
Yeah, that's my name. You can call me DK. Everybody calls me DK.
Just a D and a K or a DK?
Yeah, DK, like that.
Like Dead Kennedys.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it, dude.
Yeah. That was fun, man. Thanks for having me on.
It's been a good hang. So should people follow your Twitch? Are you Are you gonna fucking stream some nights? We can come watch you stream or what, buddy?
I will stream. I don't stream that often. I usually stream either whenever the casual gaming, but generally when I stream, it's because I'm on tour, and so if you do put on the alerts, and then whenever I'm on the road, I'll be streaming. So I usually see like live stuff. So
sometime next year.
Yeah, probably March. You know. So.
Yeah. Jeff, we have lots of things to talk about still, so I'll shoot you a text later tonight or tomorrow. But right. I'm gonna fucking warm up and play some guitar for these fucking folks now.
Awesome.
Dude,
Thank you,
Jeff Becerra, everyone. Dude, thank you so much for hanging, dog. Fuck yeah, that was rad.
All right, excited. Thanks, stream. Love you guys.